Like everyone in the world, especially from my era, I am no stranger to He-Man. In fact, my family will not let me forget it. Damn near every family gathering, I'm reminded that despite the urging of my mama telling me to simmer the fuck down, I had the power and refused to return it. This culminated in one of those signature ass whoopings that always gets brought up. Maybe I just got smacked around a little bit. I don't know. I don't think it was the time I got beat with that lightsaber. My mama, she's actually the sweetest person ever, for real. Probably just me showing signs of being a power hungry Skeletor-esque villain at a young age, more than any abusive type of thing. So, I had all the He-Man toys. Castle Grayskull, Cringer, Panther, He-Man, Adam, Skeletor, with and without the battle damaged chest. I kept all this shit until I realized that porn magazines and gangster rap tapes made for better collector's items. I grew up and I left my love of He-Man in the trash with the rest of the toys I threw away in that Detroit alley on that fateful day. Still, I maintained enough of fandom to have a relative level of intrigue when I learned that the franchise was being rebooted here in this so-called PC era. I'm not sure which came first, me actually watching the new Masters of the Universe Revelations or hearing about all the backlash. But let's deal with that first, the backlash. So yeah, it was a very hot button topic in many internet circles. Kevin Smith ruined He-Man. He got cats saying they should call it the emasculation of Adam. It's not even He-Man. It's all about Teela. Technically, it's not He-Man. It's Masters of... never mind. Then we got predictable talking points about SJW, liberal, pander-friendly agendas. You know that type of shit you often hear when black characters are spliced into a pre-existing franchise or a female character gets spotlighted. Speaking of which, you even have female YouTubers talking this same shit, spewing the kind of buzzy takes you might hear on Trumpers.r.us. Talking about Teela's feminist haircut, her buff arms, basically calling her a lesbian despite the fact that there was no such evidence of the sort beyond having a female friend like most other girls tend to do. That's in addition to the typical batch of recycled criticism like, you know what the problem is? Kevin Smith don't understand He-Man. Or there you have my favorite. No, that's just lazy writing. Now I understand being critical, cynical to a degree, not liking something and whatnot. But acting like professionals who get paid to do this kind of work wouldn't take the time to put the research and effort into the project, or are guilty of being lazy writers, yeah, that's just kind of lame. Especially when it's coming from niggas who can barely compose a coherent sentence. Like, go hop in front of oncoming traffic with that shit. Real fast. All this madness spawned from the initial 5 episodes of Revelations, Part 1. I honestly didn't expect this level of shenanigans, but I'm not surprised. After all, this is Life on Earth 2021. And for me, all that shit's hilarious seeing people get so butthurt and fucking sensitive over a goddamn cartoon, so I managed to make the most of it. As for my initial impressions, they were nothing short of positive. Yes, I was shocked to see He-Man spending a lot of time in the background, but that did not hinder anything for me. I'm like, so far so good. Then I finally get around to part 2 and have a chance to analyze the series as a whole, and I gotta say, it was awesome, well done, in virtually every respect. Excuse me, my allergies are like non-stop. I always have tissue on my fucking nose when I'm doing these fucking recordings. It really sucks. I digress. Now I'm all for nostalgia, but holding retro He-Man in any sort of reverence is merely that. Nostalgia. The old cartoon from the 80s is bad. It's hella cheesy and it's just gay as fuck. Now when I say gay, I don't mean, haha, she like girls. I mean lame, whack, hard as fuck to watch. Every character in the old show, with the exception of maybe Evil-Lynn, was one-dimensional as hell, while everything from the action to the dialogue was a big bowl of cringe. The 2002 remake was a huge improvement, and this was more of the same, just on another level. So, what is there to like about Revelations, aside from me using it as a catalyst to laugh at these butthurt fanboys? Grown-ass men crying about their childhoods being pissed on. Well, let's start with the obvious, the story. I'm not sure how much was borrowed from existing Masters of the Universe lore. I don't read the comic books or anything like that. But I thought Revelations did an amazing job with the storytelling. Not only did they take a chance by not making He-Man the focal point, they made it pay off by giving some major shines to other characters. We saw tremendous character development across the board, from King, Randor, and Adam to Evil-Lynn and fucking Beastman. And for all the hate she got, undeserved hate, I might add, Teela's story was incredible. I like how they kind of followed up on the characterization from the 2002 remake, which was also awesome, where she was always on Adam's head for being a pie boy and always disappearing when shit got thick. And then that ending on the balcony. If you're just a casual fan or even a super nerd, how can you not smile at that ending? Come on, man. Moreover, the action was a perfect complement to that epic storytelling. This show ups the ante on violence by 100. I was actually hoping it would be even more graphic and violent, because I'm kind of twisted like that. It's still He-Man though, so I guess you can't expect him to go on Resident Evil with the shit, but still. There are some amazing battle scenes which really pop off the screen while under powerful influences. Caveman Adam versus God Skeletor, for example. That battle was awesome on a Dragon Ball type of level. Compare this to the OG cartoon, where the most compelling action is He-Man throwing a big ass rock or deflecting a slow ass blast. Yeah, it doesn't really compare at all. As for Skeletor, for the first time ever, we get to see the true depth of his power. His mastery of sorcery. Simply put, he was a beast. The boy would give both Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn a run for their money. And man, would that be quite the crossover. Anyway, Revelation showed what Skeletor was capable of when he's focused and not overly reliant on his minions. Showing that he can not only match He-Man, but actually outclass him. Great showing by old Skullface. I also like how they established the relationship between Skeletor and Evil-Lynn. This shit was only hinted at in other media, but there are no suggestions here. Skeletor was definitely tapping that ass. Nice. Also cemented that Harley Quinn Joker dynamic that previously we were only able to assume from the fact that Skeletor tortures Evil-Lynn just like the rest of his jabronis when they fuck up. Yet for whatever reason, she just keep coming back for more. Their toxic relationship was a major focal point of part two and ultimately the catalyst for the epic plot twist and eventual final showdown. Guess that's about all I have to say, peeps. I wanted to wait until I saw both pieces before judging the whole picture, and a good start led to a great ending. I'm hoping it did enough business for Netflix to warrant a follow-up, especially with that big teaser at the very end. It's tough to say though with all this whining and crying out here. Motherfuckers is still, even after part two came out, niggas is still crying about this shit. I'm like, what more do you fucking want? They acting like He-Man, the original, was some epic fucking piece of cinema. Like, shut the fuck up. For now, I'm calling this an instant classic and tip my cap to good old Silent Bob for having the balls and vision to pull it off. Peace.